Hello guys, and welcome. We are here for the finale of Season 13 of the Apex Online Racing PC Split 1 Championship. We've come to a soggy Interlagos, as you can see in qualifying. I am Ryan L83, and joining me once again is our Ted Kravitz himself. It is Marco FD, former PC Split 1 champion. And Marco, it's the last time we're going to be experiencing league racing on F1 2016. What a way to finish it off with a famous track in Brazil.
Hello Ryan, and good evening everyone that's watching. Yeah, for sure, in my opinion Brazil is the ultimate finale track. I don't give much about Abu Dhabi in general, don't know about you, but yeah, for sure Interlagos, great track, a lot of history here, and as you can see the quali is wet, but the race will be dry, so it will be interesting to see what the drivers can do here.
Indeed, indeed, and we have got a very special guest coming back for one race only. I'm just going to let him introduce himself. He's there.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Another father's daughters and brothers and sisters. It is a great honour and a pleasure to thank you alongside
It is great to see you, Chris. It has been a few weeks, and obviously our thoughts are with your wife at this time as well. I hope she's getting back to where she is, and fingers crossed she'll be back to 100%, of course. But we are here for the last race of the season, and it's going to be hopefully a great spectacle, this one. We know the Drivers' Championship was wrapped up last week by Berg von Trips and the Mercedes, but there is still the Constructors' Championship to play for. I think it's 14 points standing between Mercedes from taking the crown, but Manor, that have Wycombe's returning after a 2-week absence on holiday. He and Fizzy would like to bring that championship home to Manor, but we'll have to wait and see, as it's the last time we'll see the Manors on the game before we go to F1 2017 in 2 weeks' time. So, who's your money on, lads? Who's got your votes on right now as watching Fukutaro going through the middle sector?
You go first, Chris.
just adjusting my microphone volume. Breezy, a long-time friend of mine on leaving the bounce here on
And now it's a bit loud.
yeah, that's another surprise. Fiddle with this, of course, it's been a little while since I've used it.
While you fiddle, I'll give you my predictions then, and then you can maybe tag along to those. So, obviously we're gonna keep our eyes open on Wycombe and Vizzy, because they probably want to have the championship. Ryan just left the session actually, so I don't know if he's still on the
I'm
stream.
still here.
Oh.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, it says left in.
I'm still in the session. Afro's on. Okay, now it's told me that to migrate the session. Everyone's left.
Oh well, you have to rejoin them.
I have to rejoin. I don't know what that was. Everyone
Maybe
just
your stream is still going, I guess.
Yes, still going. Yeah, still going.
Well, let's say predictions. As you can see, Afro just called it on pole, but
I did see Ramdrop get on pole.
Ram is also in the 22s at the moment. No, I think definitely Manor, of course, they must have practiced because they trucks just to gain. Well, let's say maybe Berg and his teammate want to get the constructors as well, but you have a chance that the champion gets complacent after he wins the title. We've seen that with Hamilton as well. He didn't win a race after he got the championship in USA. So yeah, hard to say.
Ram just got with a 22.5, and obviously you guys will have to let me know about the garage, because I don't have that priority. I have the just the replay cameras. So as Berg's got pole with a 22.2.
Can't you take control of your car then with X by highlighting your driver?
I can actually. I am in the garage, so I will have to back out, of course, and then come back in when the time is right. So
yeah,
watching RBK in a minute. Obviously, Mr. Driver of the Day in the series this season. So I think he's got 6 votes. I think this season since he's come in. So he's done a pretty good job from the fans in the chat. And this may be the last time you may see us 3 commentating at once, possibly. There's been some speculation that Marco FD may come back, AOR, next season on F1 2017. Maybe a possibility, you never know. Just go put out there.
I've heard something about Ryan making his return, but that could be me.
Yeah, it could be as RBK slips into pole with a 22-1. Good time there from RBK. And Berg behind a Ferrari, and Strees actually ahead of him. It isn't, it's his teammate Kalon. So I think Berg, who's obviously won the championship, so he doesn't need to take it aggressively in this last race, of course. But he wants to sign off the game and pick up the last win on F1 2016 for AOR. And yeah, so not long to go, lads, for F1 2017. Obviously, big rule changes coming in as well. More downforce on the cars that look beautiful. We're going to see a pink car on the track. We're going to see everything on this new game as well. And it's going to probably be the most unpredictable season we are going to have in AOR. Obviously, we could see some new champions, or new winners arise, and some of the veterans maybe dropping down the field as Strees gets on pole position with a 22 flat.
Wow, nicely done.
That's pretty quick.
And I've just realised, I've just sorted out, or hopefully sorted out what my stream problem was. Creasy, thank you very much for pointing out that I had the wrong microphone selected in OBS. That's why they couldn't hear me. You guys could in Discord. I'm a little rusty. It's been a couple of weeks, so I'll take that slap on the backside. But yeah, here we go. Yes, as he's just confirmed that now sounds correct. Oh yeah, great time by Strees there. But again, these times are going to be almost academic, being full wet conditions. It's fairly certain that most people would have practiced in the dry. Well, the people may have practiced both, but it's going to be a pure bone dry race. It would have been nice in a way to see the championship off in wet conditions, but
yeah.
But that's not the way the game has swung. Berg, we're just watching Berg come round the final turn, heading down to the line, take it as short as through, and he has nicked the pole. We have a 121.7, so he's taken it by just shy of 3/10. Wow!
What I find interesting is that people that might go for a little higher downforce setup for pole time for the wet conditions and how that will translate to the dry conditions. Because ideally you want your wings to be around 6.5 here, but I reckon in wet conditions that will make the car pretty hard to drive.
Very true. What would you run here, Ryan?
Probably the same as what Marco's mentioned. Maybe take a little bit of a cheeky gamble by going maybe one less click down both front and rear wings. It all depends on the on the weather, really. Obviously, in this scenario, I would do what Marco's done. But if it's a dry race, I'll maybe drop it down a click. Whether it's a mixed bag in the race, it's just depending on when the rain comes and how heavy if it gets intensifying. So we'll have to wait and see if that is for the race or not. I think you mentioned Marco's a 4 dry race,
actually. So
Afro's dropped to 7.
I think the race is fairly straightforward in terms of strategy, because everyone gets to start now on the fresh tire, and the 1 stop is quicker than the 2 stop around here, so people that know this will start on mediums.
So I was going to ask that actually. Are people going to try and start on the softer compound or start on the harder compound?
Well, you can go like soft, medium, soft, but it is relatively slower compared to an ideally pulled off 1 stop, and there's less chance of traffic with the 1 stop.
Strees goes on pole with a 21.6. Good man.
Ooh.
Time there from Strees, and definitely one to keep an eye on for next season. He has been. Me and Marco have seen him. I think you may have as well, Chris. I think for maybe a race, but Strees is definitely one to keep an eye on for next season. Very, very quick. He did get unlucky, and I believe it was in Monza, was it? Marco, when he had the disconnection, like Berg did?
Yeah, I believe so.
And
he did disconnect from a lead, that's for sure.
So we'll have to keep an eye on them. There's plenty of drivers in this field for next season if they do commit to season 14. Like, you've got Strees, you've got RBK, you've got Wycombs, you've got Berg. Apparently I've heard some rumours about Torano Tigger returning next season as well, so big names could be coming back, and obviously you got me and Marco, so that may come back. And a lot of people do want me back in league racing next season, so I will take into consideration.
Will be a lot of fun for sure if it's a good game to drive on competitively. Then for sure it's a thing to keep in mind and always keep the option open.
Even if it's split 2, I will still come back. If I'm not in split 1,
I'll join you there then, Ryan.
Yeah, we can teammate in split 2 and just work our way up there. But I don't know how long's left in the session. As we see a Mercedes coming out of the pit.
6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Indeed.
And it's Berg going back out onto the track as both Red Bulls are just getting poured into their garages. But this rain doesn't seem to improve, so it's going to be a full-on monsoon conditions here for the last qualifying session of season 13 here. And only just under a tenth and a half between Strees and Berg in qualifying, so very close between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. So it's like real life. This is the Mercedes versus the Ferraris.
Interestingly, Strees doesn't have the top time in any 3 sectors.
No.
Berg has 2 and 3, and Ramdrop actually has 1. Oh, actually, Ramdrop and Strees have matched to the thousandths of a second the first sector time.
Yeah, you're right. That makes it seem like Street is running a little bit less downforce than Berg is, because his second sector is quicker.
Gotta say as well, gotta keep an eye on Slick. He's only half a second off, and the Mercedes are 2nd and 4th on the grid as it stands right now, which is obviously an advantage to them in terms of the Constructors' Championship. And I just want to take this opportunity as well to thank Reese Benjamin, who is a subscriber of mine in the chat. He has been providing us with live updated standings throughout the season, so I want to give a massive shout out to him as well, and all to my moderators as well on the
Round of
YouTube
applause
side
from
as well. Come out, and also to Kodiak's team as well over on his Twitch side throughout the season, and have all come across as well while he was away as well, obviously due to his wife going into surgery and all that. So appreciate all of them, and obviously. I want to say as well, Chris has been a great commentator alongside me this season. It's been a pleasure as always, and Marco as well for coming in as well. You're absolute. I just wanted to get that one in there.
It has been a great pleasure having you in the box with me, Ryan. The passion and knowledge coming across from both of you, to be fair, has been superb. So, obviously, if you do choose to drive, I will look forward to commentating on your performances.
Well, you get to see me bottle more, so that's always a great thing. So. Rams up to 3rd.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliments, guys. I really enjoy it as well. So something different for a change.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take you on board with Ramdrop, who's in P3. Just give you guys a little bit of a feel for this circuit and these conditions. So he's going out of Young Cow, and he's got to go up the hill to start the lap then. Obviously no DRS is enabled in the wet, so they're just going to have to do it on raw speed really as they come across the line. There's Ram to start his flying lap, and he's done 6 laps already, which I think he should be doing in the wet. So he's going to break into the centre S's then, and he just locks up and runs a little bit wide to 1. Misses that apex there on the inside, but he will correct it nicely to come on to the back straight where the DRS will be enabled. And Marco, do you want to take us through the middle sector as he nearly loses it there?
And what car are you on?
Ramdrop. Just coming through turn 4. Oh, he's kicking the tail out.
In the middle, so 20.2, he's down a bit, so I'm not sure if he's going to push here, but let's see. Oh, he takes his upper right-hander, very tricky on traction on the rear. Then this downhill right-hander have to be in 3rd gear here, and then he's in 2nd, so short shifting up here, I guess, yeah, into the last part of this technical section. You have to get a good smooth exit out of here. And you have to build up downforce through this corner quickly, or you will lose the back end. So set yourself up for this final straight, and he seems to do so pretty well. So now it's a matter of taking it to the line, and 42.8 in the middle sector. So I guess he will improve a little bit, but maybe 5th, 4th place. No,
remains 6th.
6th actually. Wow. Okay.
Just want to give a massive shout out to Mr. AOR himself, McLaren Dan, or Dan Hawkins, who is in the chat as well. Dan, obviously,
hey Dan,
absolute ledge. He obviously brought AOR back to life after what has happened a few years ago. So, props to him for bringing basically AOR to life. And I met him at Silverstone,
Mr.
actually.
Hawkman.
Yeah, I met him at Silverstone on the Sunday, so it was an
Nice.
absolute pleasure to meet him. I had a nice little chat with him. He's a sound guy and absolute legend of AOR, and he's done a lot of effort. He's made the site, of course, and all that. He's put a lot of effort into that, and also to the moderators and the super mods and all that, and part of the coordinators as well for the PC Split 1 leagues and all the leagues across from Xbox, PS4 as well. They've done a stellar job this season, and they've got a lot of work to do, of course, with a new season. Coming up with a new game as well, and lots of unpredictability as well that we could be seeing. As I'm getting a little bit of lag, a little bit worrying right now, so hopefully that should be fixed momentarily. As Afro here, I'm watching the McLaren all over the back end there, just dancing around, coming into the last sector, and he's coming across the line. Don't think it's going to be improvement, but he's going to be still in P5, only 3 tenths off the pole time.
Well, Strees just improved on the
And
first
Ram's on
sector,
pole.
so you might want to see him.
Ram is
Dropped
indeed on pole.
Oh,
He's
wow.
absolutely flying out there. Red Bull coming out tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, high downforce cars, so you never know. Obviously, these guys are running equal cars, but it's nice to see a Red Bull on the top step for a change. Great for me.
Yeah,
to have
they
Red
do
Bull
drive
fans,
a little bit differently, obviously.
They do indeed, as Ram there has got a bit of traffic, so he may go for one more lap here if he has time. If just back off here and then absolutely smash it on his last lap. But here comes Strees there across the line. He's going to come. Is he going to take pole away from Ramdrop? We're about to find out. He's going to come across the line. Nope, he doesn't improve. He stays in P2 for the time being.
Right.
Wycombe's then next up in P3, as he's going to come across the line any second now. And is he going to move up? He's only 2 tenths off the pole time, and he goes second. Only a tenth off the pole time. Absolute
Belter.
close as well. So obviously stellar job there, but crucially for Mana, that's a great position there for Wycombe's there. Fizzy, we're not really talked about Fizzy actually yet, who's also in this fight, and he's in P5. So this is going to be very close here between the Mercedes and the Ferraris. Not Mercedes and the Mana, sorry.
Well, Ram might improve here.
Ram.
Kicking off, isn't it? And he does indeed. 21-4.
Yeah, he was in the slipstream of the Renault on the back straight,
And
so that must
he's
have
just got another lap in as well. He may have just got another one in.
But his fuel lights on. He surely won't be able to gun it the whole way around.
Well, you never know. You never know. As Nicky's retired from the session, so he's done for the day in qualifying. Watching Fizzy then coming back off as part of the Fizz Chris squad. If you guys don't know what that is, then you need to go to Fizzy's channel or Wycombe's channel. You probably don't know where I'm going with this.
Oh, that's a very lively manner. Hello, Frank Adros on my side. Very kind of you. Thank you. He said, "Good to see me back." That's very kind of you, good
Strees
sir.
improved P2.
Fizzy does not improve, stays in P6. So you gotta say, this is going to be
1 tenth off pole.
Was that Strees as? Oh yeah.
Who's
What?
next then? Fukatoro, and he's going very slowly, so I think he's out of the running. Ram is on a lap still, and I'm just going to follow him here if he's going to improve.
I'm looking
he's
at
going.
yeah. I'm looking at Kalon at the moment.
He's got this, Ryan, because all his, let's say, direct opponents.
Look how many laps he's done. He's done 9 laps in qualifying. I don't think you ever see that in real life, of course. 9 laps of running, and he comes
He's
into the
built it up
pits.
pretty nicely then.
Berg is also in the pits, and I think
That's everybody. I think.
everyone is done now. So for
Yep.
the first time this season, Ram
Ramdrop.
gets his
It's
first
Ram's
pole.
day.
So massive congratulations to Ramdrop, and obviously I think the first pole for Red Bull this season as well. I don't think his teammate got a pole, which actually wasn't it you, Marco, in the Red Bull? I can't remember.
At the beginning of the season, yeah, it
At the
was.
start of the season. So yeah, good to see your former team
yeah.
getting pole, Marco. So obviously that's great for
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's great to see a bull put it on pole, yeah.
I love
wonder
the.
if Ramdrop is thinking to himself, it's Rammer time.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Let's
nice.
get that going in the chat, guys, right now. Hashtag
Rama time.
in there. So in a moment's time, Chris, will you do the honours of doing the final classification?
I will be happy to
Qualifying.
do so for the final time of this season and the final time in this game. F1 2016 is being retired from retired from it. There we go. So Ramdrop, as we said, taking the pole spot with a 124.434. Street in second for Ferrari. Third, Wycombe for Manor. Fourth, Berg for Mercedes. 5, Afro for McLaren. 6th, Fizzy for Manor. 7th, Failer for Force India. 8, Fugitaro for Haas. 9, Slick for Mercedes. RBK rounds out the top 10 in the Toro Rosso. Kalon 11 in the Ferrari. 12, Nooker for Red Bull. 13, Chicane for Toro Rosso. 14, Maffus for Haas. 15, and Nicky for Renault. And that then and Ryan is the leader of the commentators.
Hello, yes, hello.
Nice job, Ryan.
Yeah, got to say, guys, see, this is my potential practice here for season 14. But yeah, interesting to see the top 11 covered by a second as well. I don't know if you guys saw that, but very close between all of them actually. About 1.5 seconds whole field. So,
but let's see how the setups translate from. Obviously, as Marco touched on earlier, the setups between wet and dry are drastically different enough to make a potentially big difference. So let's see how the setups translate. We could see the midfield qualifiers blitz it through, as those gambling on the qualifying setup may not necessarily have that payoff. So we will see how that translates.
Yep, I'm back
You
in
know
the
what
lobby.
tires they will pick on the start, because I am expecting everyone on mediums, but that's because I think it's the best, but other people might think
We
differently.
will see. I'm back in the lobby, but I haven't jumped in session yet.
I've not yet.
No, Chicane told me when the cars move, they all tell me, so I'll tell them.
Oh,
So
cool.
we'll give a shout out to Chicane for that.
Thanks, Chicane.
Good man, good man. But before we go in, obviously, gents, what's been your highlight this season? If you could think of any race that you could remember, what would you say has been the best for action racing?
Hard to narrow it down. Russia was good.
I can definitely say Spain is definitely not one of them. That was one to remember. I'm gonna say. There's been so many, hasn't there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Austria was a good one. Australia, yeah, first. Yeah, Austria was pretty good.
Oh, I've got to say, Monza was quite good as well. Obviously, for Slick to win, and obviously got it taken away from him, unfortunately.
You guys should join. My game crashed.
Oh no! Well, you should be able to rejoin though.
Yeah, I should, but the lobby started, so go.
Okay.
I'm jumping in,
Likewise.
and my car's on the grid. Whey!
Mine's not. So.
Yay!
Oh, you're a ghost
How
on.
did that happen, Ryan?
Yeah, you're a ghost on mine. So.
Hopefully that should be fine. I'm hoping it's fine.
Well, your prediction's certainly running true for Ramdrop, Marco. He is on the medium tyres.
Street's on the hard tyre.
He is. Wycombe's medium.
On the soft tyre.
He's medium on mine.
Berg's on the mediums. Wycombe's is on the softs on my screen. Afro on the mediums.
Berg is already back on the grid on mine with rolling his tyres backwards. Fantastic.
Fizzy's on the softs on my screen. Fader's on the hards. Fugataro's on the softs. Slick's on both Mercedes are on the grid, spinning their tyres backwards on the mediums. RBK's on the hard tyre. Kalon is on the medium tyres. Nooker on the softs. Chicane on the mediums. Maffus on the hards. And Nicky on the hard tyres. Then me, apparently I'm on the medium tyre. So, yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Well.
Why not?
So I don't know if I'm going to be put on the grid here or not, gents. So
you probably will, because neither mine nor Marco's. Well, Marco's won't because he crashed. Mine's not on there, so I think you will be sat on the grid. So I will take the starting chaos then, if you're happy for me to do so.
Oh, please, certainly.
Yeah, I've missed the wind-up from you.
We've missed the intros, so...
Oh, I'm in the Williams, apparently. Oh dear, I have to start.
Right then, 5 lights then. Wind them up. Let them go! And we have got a good start then from the front three. And trying to find a good position then. Street having a look on the inside. Red Bull getting away cleanly. Oh, that's the Mercedes of Berg trying to muscle his way past. Oh, we've got trouble. We've got trouble from the back. Big trouble. I'm trying to find who that is that's in trouble. I think is Fear one of them. No, not quite. Slick. He's managed to make it through. No, my car's a...
Kane is off, Red Bull is off, and a Renault is off.
Yeah, my car's a ghost, unfortunately. Nooker is he's down there, and Nicky's in 15th. He's in trouble. Chicane.
Yep, it should be good now. I'm back on now, Chris, so you've got me now, so...
Terrific.
Great. This is the last time we may see this, so that's great. So that's one thing I hate about this game.
Yeah.
So, this little glitch here, but Ramdrop holding on to the lead of the race, which is obviously good for him. Strees as well, doing a good job, but I just want to confirm, is the banners on the soft tyres on your screens? I just want clarification on this.
Wycombs is on mediums, Fizzy as well. No
Oh,
one
well,
in the top 12.
Yeah, Wycombe's medium for me.
Christmas lights, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have it returning for one race.
Hoorah!
Nikki and Nuka and Chicane had the incident in turn 1 because they're in last places. Even Kodiak's AI is in.
I was going to say, my car's around there somewhere for some reason, but I was never in it.
That's the thing. You're beating him there, Chris. This is a historic
Slick
moment
also
here.
had a very bad start. He dropped to 12, so his second Mercedes for the constructor, so might keeping an eye on him.
So Strees hanging on to second then by 6/10, and need to get back used to this interface again. So Ram leads and leads 6/10 over Strees. Wycombs is just 3/10 behind second place Ferrari, but has got a lot of pressure by Berg von Trips in fourth. Afro is right in there in fifth position. He's got a rear wing full of Haas. Of Fugataro is having a decent run. RBK on the hard tyres in seventh position, doing a decent job there. Fizzy on the mediums needs to get past Toro Rosso if he's going to have any crack at getting up the field. Maffus is there in ninth position in the Haas, and Kalon rounds out the top 10.
As they're going to be going on to lap 3, then obviously the DRS will be enabled this time by. So Ram's going to be in a bit of bother. And look at Strees here. Look at the straight line speed he's got. It's going down the inside of Ram and will take the lead into the centre S's. What a move that is from Strees. And
stunning.
That just clearly indicates Ram had to surely be running a higher downforce compared to he's now a sitting duck now. So why
just like Berg, who ran higher downforce in quali, we see now that Strees was running the lower one.
Oh, and that was very close to the back there. Ramdrop going nearly to the back of the Ferrari there, but Wycombs as well did a pretty stellar job in P3. He's ahead of Berg as well, but we don't know where the other Mercedes is in this one because Fizzy's not far away. He's in the points at the minute in P8, but we can't see where Slick is.
Slick is involved in that early altercation, so he's down near the back somewhere.
So I'm not too sure at this point who will win the Constructors. I believe as it stands it will still be Mercedes, but
Slick is in 12th.
Taken away.
Slick is in 12th.
Fizzy is in 8th. He will have to fight his way up to make the Constructors viable for them. So it's more depends on Fizzy now than Wycombs.
It has to indeed. All Wycombs can do is just park the bus a little bit here. He knows he can't win the championship, but he would like a little bit of sweet revenge on Berg here and beat him in the last race of the season. But Wycombs under pressure then from Berg, and
oh my goodness! Oh, impact!
Contact.
Yeah, he overshot the braking point. It looked like he was going to try for two cars, but bounced off of Ramdrop's Red Bull. Now that Bergs gets a second bite of the cherry then, but of course all three of these positions, second, third and fourth, all have DRS there. Wycombs having lost that third position. Let's see what he can do. Gets a little bit squirrely on the exit of turn 4. Let's see what happens then. It's a big old train of cars. Fugataro is under pressure by RBK. RBK getting on the inside through turn 6 and 7. Can he get the job done by 8? Oh, he's still there.
Good.
Impact between the two. Yep, and Haas still has it.
He's gonna. Oh, and there's been more contact there. They're still going for it though. And,
well defended.
Just holds on. Oh no, he's bottled it. He's bottled it.
What a shame.
Wide, and RBK moves up to P5. But good battle in there. Nice to see a little bit of wheel banging. That's what we want to see in the leagues. But my footage didn't really give the justice of what happened at turn 1 between Berg and Wycombs and Ramdrops there. So not the best. I do apologise to my end. Watching this right now, so I apologise.
Oh, Strees is away. He's trying to
Still
break away.
DRS though.
Still got DRS though, Chris. So that's the most important factor here.
Oh, I had a lag moment then. Yeah, but he's
catching. I've got to say, maybe Strees had a bit of a moment.
Break the slipstream, but he doesn't do that on the straight, and that's what's now.
There's a battle going on behind this top 4. Fizzy's right on the back of the McLaren of Afro, and this is crucial here for Fizzy. He's got to get past at least these two cars, and I think if my maths is correct, I think he needs, if where Wycombs is, he needs 5th or higher, I think, to clinch the constructors for mana. If my maths is completely correct, this is where I need my mathematical man Reese in the chat, but he's not around. So, if my maths is correct, I think it's piece 5 or higher.
Was it 5th? 14 point difference? You said, wasn't it?
I think it
so.
is.
While this top 4 is squabbling, you can see RBK is gaining.
He is.
You got to say as well, Fukatora's not really losing as much time to RBK, so you never know if RBK catches up and then the top 5 will squabble. We could be seeing an intriguing battle going on between like 8 drivers here.
That's a big old train.
Afro's catching Fukatora slowly, but Fizzy's still with him. Berg, we'll see what's going on there. Berg has moved up ahead of Ramdrop. I don't know if Ram had a moment or something, but he's under pressure.
No, he just got him on the inside.
Good move there from Berg as Wycombs.
Whoa!
Going for a move there, but he decided to back out of it there. And Ramdrop's starting to drop down the field, so not the greatest of starts for him when he was on pole position as well. But he can take that away, to be fair. You know, he got a pole, so obviously nice to take that to Milton Keynes, of course. There's no points for pole position or that we see in Formula E. It would be nice to see that at some point in F1, but I doubt it's ever going to happen, let's be honest.
No. Is, can you just confirm, I've got Strees on hard tyres, that can't be right.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Yeah.
God, he's doing it's a belting job then if he's leading the race, keeping the rest of it. You saw the pace he had on them. That's a superb effort.
There's not a big difference in terms of lap time between these tires, but there is a difference in life span. So
sure.
It depends on if Strees can keep him behind him, but you know, with this slipstream, it might be hard.
Oh, Strees has gone deep into one.
Yeah, this is going to be a question. Oh, I think there was a bit of contact there, actually. Between
it looked like
there.
it, yeah.
Berg just clipped the back there. My question to you, Marco, is obviously we've got clear weather at the minute. Obviously, the tyres will take a bit of a beating. Can these guys do one-stops, or will the tyres degrade quickly, or will it still be a one-stop, even with the high temperatures we're getting here?
Yeah, I believe so. If you started on the mediums or the hard, you can go to lap 16 or 20, depending on the tyre you went on, and then do the rest on the other tyre.
Will we see anyone try and like do a 2-stop, maybe take the gamble and try it maybe?
Well, the only way to do that is to do double medium soft, and you never know. There's plenty of drivers, so there might be one crazy enough to try.
Well, you never know. Could Slick may have to do it. You know, maybe you'd be on the blower to Berg and say, "Look, mate, I'm going to try and do something different to try and catch up to the mid pack."
Yeah, he might. He usually is the guy that goes for the most conservative approach, but you'll never know. Or maybe Fizzy.
RBK is right with Wycombs now.
He is indeed, and thank you to Dalton who messaged me in the chat mentioning about that Wycombs is catching. But I think these guys like Wycombs, Fizzy, Berg and State will all be talking to each other right now and tactically planning out strategy here, because you obviously want to win the constructors. Of course, you're not going to win the Drivers' Championship.
Berg on the inside at turn 4. Oh, that's close. Sorry to talk over you, Ryan.
No, it's all right. I saw that in the distance, and I was like, "Yeah, there's going to be an overtake here." But Strees, of course, on the hard tyre, and
RBK as well is on the hard tyres.
If Berg wants to wins this race, he's got to get past Strees quickly and build a gap as much as possible here, and he's piling a lot of pressure on Strees right now.
He's got Ramdrop gaining on him though, so he can't just focus forwards. He's going to have to start defending again soon.
And obviously you got to don't count out Wycombs and RBK as well, because they're coming up to the back of Ramdrop at the minute. Also, don't count that hash out as well of Fukataro. He's still in range. He's only 3.5 seconds away, so never count him out yet.
I also think because Strees is on the harder tyres and he has assumably the lower downforce setup, that he will struggle at the start of the race, but once he gets on the mediums the race will come to him because the car is lighter and he has the better tyres at that point.
Watching Fizzy then going through turn 1 as he had the DRS on the McLaren of Afro as we see him going through, and this could be an overtake here, gentlemen. This could have an effect on the Constructors' Championship if he gets past the McLaren. He's going to try and go around the outside here, and there's been a bit of smoke actually, so I don't know what's gone up ahead, but Fizzy around the outside, and he just runs a little bit wide there, but they're going to be going side by side, going up the hill. and it's a drag race, man versus McLaren. I don't think I'd ever say that, actually. And Afro, to be fair to him, is defended brilliantly there.
Yeah.
Holds on to P7, so good job there, and good battle in between the two there. That's what we want to see.
That was very well defended indeed. So looking back now, we have a battle again at the top three. Well, top five, really. There's not much gap between Ramdrop and Wycombs then as they weave their way through 10 and 11, heading to Junshao. Oh, big lock up there by Streets, and that's going to give Berg another opportunity, but he's fallen too far at the back of the Ferrari to have a dive into turn one. That's going to put Ramdrop into contention, but again, Ramdrop's not close enough to make a move either, so again, it's going to be another look at turn four.
Well, the top 5 is covered by like 2.1 seconds going over the line, so it's very close after 10 laps.
Strategy is going to play a massive factor in this race, I've got to say. With all these 5 drivers all within a sniff of each other, who's going to blink first? Who's going to make that call to pit early? And you got to remember as well, I mean, I'm going to bring this back into discussion. I think two-stop, one of these top 5 may try and do that two-stop. If they're all fighting with each other, they're going to lose time. And then the two-stop players can come back into contention. So I would be thinking, if I was like the team principal for one of these guys, I would be debating considering a two-stop here, potentially, if they all...
Maybe Ram is in the position to do it at the moment. I think Wycombs needs to stay conservative just because of the constructors, so he can't really gamble at the moment.
Ramdrop nearly lost it out of the happen there.
Could be, the one that does it.
So we're on to at the end of lap 10, so it's gone very quickly this race. It is a short lap, as it's like a 1 minute 10 lap, 1:11 lap around here in the dry, so lots of time. We're going to see some good times here. As Berg's going to have a good run here on Strees, and Strees defending for his life, and we'll have to give Berg the outside, and Berg backs out of it, and we'll try and get him out of the center S's and gets a good exit, but Strees does one better, and the top 5 stood in range of each other, so this is what we want. And I think RBK's starting to back off a little bit. Maybe he's going to save some tyres, maybe. As we saw in the United States, he pulled off a weird strategy, but it worked for him. A one-stop did work, so intriguing how this goes tonight, I've got to say. And who's going to manage it right there? And I think Fukatara is now slowly dropping off the top 5. So it's now really a 5-way horse. And yes, I did say that. It's back for one race only between these guys. And I have no idea who's going to win this. But obviously, you've got to say Strees is the man who's the favourite here. He's the only guy in the top 5 on the harder tyres. So is RBK on it as well?
RBK's on hard tyres, yeah.
Yes, so you've got to say those two are in with a sniff at the minute of winning this race.
Well, they have to stay out longer to make their one-stop work compared to the medium runners. So it all depends on where the medium runners end up in what type of traffic when they make their stop. Because if it's like, a clean lap, then they might...
someone's in. It's Ram. Ram drops in.
Yep, I said Ram might go for...
I'll keep an eye on what he's going to go on to.
I'm on there as well.
Presumably softs.
Hard on my screen.
Yeah, hard. Yeah, so medium hard for Ram.
He's going for the undercut.
He can't go to the end on hard. He can go
unless he's got some super duper ultra tire saving setup. We did see Slick do this. Slick can do obviously less stops than anyone. I think on average he's got the fewest stops out of anyone in PC Split 1. Slick. So
nice.
So you never know. They could try and get it to the end of the race.
Interesting.
Stranger things have happened.
Where does Ram come out? He
was 10th, I think, when he came out. I'll just double check.
11.
11. No, there's no one around him. Yeah, he's come out in the 11th position. No one anywhere near him.
That for him is a great chance here to try and jump some of these guys in the top 4 now.
I wonder why he did it on the hards though, because let's say old hards aren't as slow as new, like compared to new hards. They don't degrade as much.
Is anyone going?
Wycombs
going in.
Yeah.
Wow,
is in.
They're also early.
Interesting strategy here from the guys, and we'll see what he's going to be going on, as he's got a long way down pit road before he goes into his pit box there. The Manor boys are ready, and it is hard.
Yeah.
Hard time for Wycombs. And a bit of a slow stop there from Manor, I've got to say, a bit of a slow one. And where is Ramdrop is the question, and Ram coming into turn 1, I think he's going to jump him here actually. Or it's going to be very close, I'm not too sure where is...
Wycombs has just jumped backwards into the pit lane on mine.
That's weird, yeah, for me too.
Massive lag moment there.
Oh, and he's in the wall as well. He's clipped the wall.
Yeah,
That is big for the
Here
championship
comes
right there. And, he's got no damage, so it's obviously good news. And he's gonna fall behind Nicky. Oh no, he's not. And apparently my teammate's in the pits, so I don't know who that is. I think it's
it'd be me, yeah.
Your first stop of the race, so you've done 13 laps. So fair play to you, sir. Fair play.
No, thank you. Slick is in the points though. He's now in 9th.
But, what's this going to mean for the constructors? I do not
Exactly.
know what's going on right now. I think as it stands now, Mercedes will win comfortably. I think, and Stree's carrying on.
Berg's in.
He has to pit, and he's
Berg's in, yeah.
Is RBK staying out? Yes, he is, of course. And we'll see what he's going to be going on. Berg, will he try? You know, he's got the hard tyres out as well. So.
Yeah.
Well, Wycombs is only getting up to the last straight section now, so...
Fizzy's in.
Fizzy's in as well. Slick crossed the line. Ram is just coming across the line now, and he's going to go through turn 1. So is he going to jump Berg here? Berg's just coming into shot.
No, he's going to come.
close.
It's going to be close.
Wycombs has lost so much time.
This is
He's
going to
not
be
even
very
over
close here, and he could have him here potentially if he outbrakes him. Berg coming across
Oh!
there. Very aggressive there from Berg, but he holds on.
Well, and Fizzy just comes out just behind Wycombs out of the pits, so...
That's a hard battle then ahead for
Wycombs
the
in
Manners.
10th, Fizzy in 11th.
Sauber will win. Creasy just said Sauber will win. I love your optimism, sir.
If that is the case, I'll do a shoey. I'll get the camera off and I'll do a shoey. If that is the case. Right there. So, yeah, Strees and RBK going to carry on. The gap between them two is 1.9 seconds. So, they're going to carry on their merry ways. We'll see if RBK is going to gain any pace.
There's 9 seconds between Ram and Wycombs now. 9
Ouch.
seconds. I didn't even expect them to lose that much, but...
I wonder what happened there. Fugataro's in.
Yeah, I really wonder as well.
And what's he going to be going? He's definitely going to go on
Hard.
tyres.
Yep,
He
hard
is
tyres, yeah.
indeed. So he's coming in then. Bit of a slow stop there from the Haas boys, and they are away. And that could be the last ever stop for Haas. So in the season, so
Yeah, it could be.
they can sit back now, get the Alonso deck chairs out, and sit back and enjoy.
And that's eight from Fugataro then.
Good job there. Fader's just coming. Oh no, it's not Fader actually. That's the wrong person. So I do apologise. On there, so he's come out actually in P8. So he's actually jumped both Fizzy and Wycombe. So Fugataro doing a great job there in Haas. So.
RBK is 2 seconds behind the leader now, so the leader is now pulling away nicely as he should be. He has about 5 more laps on these tyres, I guess.
Surely Afro's got to come in as well. He's in 3rd on the mediums. He's got to come in now.
If he doesn't, I will be impressed if he can hold on this long. It will be interesting. We'll see if he's going to come in, the McLaren driver. And is he coming?
No.
Now?
That's risky, but oh well. Fair enough. Unless, of course, the game is lying to us all. Which wouldn't be the first time.
We'll have to wait and see. And Failer's catching him, though, in 4th place. So good job from Failer. Obviously, we have seen he's done pretty well this season. If I'm correct, he got pole, didn't he, in last week, Marco? Didn't not? Did he? Or he was close to pole? I'm pretty sure he was up there.
Yeah, I think he did, but he then just dropped back. Not sure, though. I didn't look at the standings before this race, sorry.
Mathis is going to get a whole lot of company very soon.
He is. I've got to say, though, he's doing a stellar job, though. Mathis. He's doing a very good job, and obviously he's got Berg, he's got Ram drop as well. We're getting a beautiful shot here of the middle sector, kindly provided by Cody's replay system, so great to see, and gives you just a great insight of the elevation of this circuit. There's a lot of going uphill, downhill, level, everything. It's a great track, this one. And great for seeing the finale, and I would love to see it as a finale in real life, but of course that goes to Abu Dhabi. And, yeah, lots of people don't like it. I personally like the track, Abu Dhabi, but I would love to see Brazil as a finale if I'm completely honest. We've seen some classic races over the years. 2008, for example, I think it was 2011 or 2012, when Vettel brought that comeback from being spun out on the first lap. Oh, it's just been so many classic races around here.
Oh, with a big hole in the side of his Red Bull, yep.
Oh, and he still wins the championship as
and
well.
he still won the championship. Yeah, we still won the championship, yeah.
Ram is keeping up with Berg on the hard tyres so far, which is good in Ram's
and he's got
case.
DRS as well, so he's going to close that gap down on Berg. And you've got to see Ramdrop's doing a stellar job today, and He did miss a
But
bit.
he might have a higher downforce from quality, so it's hard for him to overtake Berg on the straights.
But he has got that advantage in the middle sector, though, which is mainly the corners. So he can close that gap down, and then out of the last corner, he can try his very best to get a good exit. Obviously, mentioned his straight line speed is going to be the disadvantage down the main straight. And obviously,
his chance will come at the end of the race when the tires are worn, and his extra downforce might give him the edge in the middle sector, as you said, Ryan.
We're just going to see lap 17 of the lap 18 actually, as Strees still goes out, and we'll see. I think Afro did hit the McLaren. We didn't see that on camera.
Yeah, he must have done.
So he must have hit a lap or two ago. So
yep, he's in ninth. He's in ninth behind Wycombe's. Where are we? Oh, sorry. Hang on. Where's Wycombe's gone? Oh, Wycombe's is in eighth. So he's split the manners.
Oh, lovely. This is going to be
is also gaining on the leader, by the way, guys. So we'll definitely have an undercut here from, Berg and Ram both. So Street will have his work cut out for him.
This is interesting right now. Berg is right on the back now of the Haas of Mathis, and this could help out Ram Drop here massively.
Oh, crikey, that was close.
This is for position. This is not for. Obviously, we know Mathis is on a different strategy, but as long as he holds up Berg, this is going to help Ram massively right now and maybe jump the Mercedes driver. And Mathis doing everything in his power, and he's going to go side by side now with, and Mathis just locks up a little bit and will lose the position to both of them. But Ram is all over the back now of the Mercedes. We can jump on board with the Red Bull going into the last corner very late than Berg does, and gets a good exit as well. We could be seeing an overtake here, Chris.
We could indeed, as they head up through 14 and 15. I think Mathis knew that he wasn't really realistically going to keep these two freshly reshod cars, and here we go then. Ramsdorff's got the DRS on the inside. Berg held the racing line, didn't try and defend it, and that is position to Ramdrop.
Good move there from Ramdrop, and moves ahead of Berg. And obviously this has effect on the constructors now. Of course, he's going to get, what, the minute 10 points or 8 points for Berg, and not too sure what the manners are on, but at this point Mercedes will still win the constructors as it stands.
Oh, we've lost Kalon.
Oh, Ferrari's out. That's a real shame. That's his season done then.
Yeah.
I think he's going to probably go into the grandstands and cheer with the fans, or get on one of the cameras and just sit with Alonso and just chill and try and do the camera work. So you never know what's going to go on right here. But
I mean, at the moment, the manners are set for 5 points with an 8th and a 10th. So yeah, we'll see how these strategies play out. There's a number of people that are due to pit, such as second place RBK's just come in. So the hard tyres now coming to the end of their lifetime. So we should be seeing Racing the Streets in soon.
So we'll see maybe a switch of positions again between Ram and Berg.
Mediums for RBK.
I'm just surprised to see Strees going out again, and there goes Ramdrop and Berg. So actually, no, it's not. He's going to lose out there RBK. So
he's going to be on the softer tyre though.
I'm going to jump ahead here and see if Berg's going to have any challenge. He's just going to come out behind the Haas there, so he's not. He's in a good position, but he just needs to get past the Haas very quickly. He is on the faster tyre and could challenge both Ramdrop here and Berg for a potential win here in this Grand Prix. But if I was Strees, he has to pit this lap if he's got to react. And he's got a puncher!
Oh no!
He's got a puncher! He's got a puncher on the right rear.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Massive! Just try and show you on the screen if you can. You can just see it flopping there. But that's a shame. That is a big twist in the tail now for the championship of the constructors.
Considering their tyres were fresh as well, it's surprising.
Oh, that is a real shame. But 20 laps is not that bad on those hard tyres. He tried to go, maybe he just clipped the curb or picked up some debris, but that is game over for the win for Street, and that's a real shame. And that will mean that Ramdrop will take the lead, will be in the net first place once Vader pits, who carries on actually, who's done 21 laps on the hard, so he's preserved those tyres very well compared to the rest of the field. Could he possibly go on softs here? I doubt it, but
it might be what he's pushing for.
You'll have to go to lap 26 if you want to do soft.
RBK's got past Mathis, so that is now 4th position for the Toro Rosso, and he's going to be setting about the Berg and Ramdrop battle.
You got to say now, all bets are off now for the win. Got to say that right now. And Wycombs, I think, has to get past the Haas. He's been stuck behind him for a couple of laps now, which is Fukutaro, and he's going down the inside. Risky move there from Wycombs. He's got to go for it, and he's going to try and hold it around the outside. And Fukutaro did a great job defending, but there's still going to be contact. There's been contact between the Manor and the Haas, and that is not what they needed right now. And Fizzy jumps out of his teammate, but Wycombs has lost it again. And here comes Strees, and that is a real shame, and that, I think, will cement Mercedes' championship in the Constructors right there, unless something happens there, but that was not what we wanted to see, and I don't know what the chat's going to say about that one, but...
no, it was just the games, probably, but they were really close together.
I think I would class that as a racing incident. I think they were just battling, you know, it was a good battle between them, and just, unfortunately, wheels bang.
Oh, Strees is out!
Oh, what happened?
Strees retires. It could be a disconnection that we've seen before with him. So
that means he would leave now. He really retired from.
So he's out the Grand Prix. It seems I can't see his ghost car, so he's out of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, we didn't really see what happened. He'd passed Wycomb's car, so we don't know what happened there. I was looking at I'm looking at the lead battle, so I didn't see what happened to Strees, and he'd already got past Wycombs as he rejoined the track, so it wasn't anything to do with that incident. So
RBK is slowly gaining on the leaders, 3 seconds, and we have 14 laps to go. So
half a second gained in the middle section.
Yeah,
for RBK. Afro, you got to say Afro's up to P4 now. So, and you got to say as well, with that disconnection for Strees, Fizzy now is up to P5 and is closing the pack now. So you've got to count him in as well. And Wycombs as well, so double points for Manor. Where is Slick? Slick is in 9th, but he's getting a bit of pressure from Mathis behind him in the Haas. So it could still change, you never know what could happen in these last few laps. We've still got 15 laps to go of season 13, and there could be another twist in the tail. We've seen championships go between different drivers throughout a race in real life, so you never know what's going to happen here. Oh, I don't know what. This is going to be interesting again. We could see some rain. You never know. Rain could just come out of nowhere and put a twist in the tail as Mathis gets DRS on Slick, and he's going to catch him up there, but he won't get the job done. Then behind Nicky on his own, but apparently he's on the soft tyre on my screen. I don't think that is the case. He could be on the mediums. It could be the Christmas lights.
No, it's soft. It's soft on my screen as well.
Nicky's going for the gamble to try and score some points, and
no, he's going for fastest lap. He's going for fastest lap.
You can't go do softs for last stint.
As Strees has left the session, so he's definitely now out of the Grand Prix.
He must have crashed then.
And that is his season done and dusted, and he'll be hoping for good luck in season 14, and definitely want to watch out for as Sauber's going to the pits. That's you, Chris, going in.
Hooray.
RBK has gained another half second in the middle sector on these guys. He doesn't seem to gain in the last and the first, but he does gain half a second in the second sector.
Afro losing a bit of time to Fizzy as well, and obviously Fader as well. You got to count him in as well. He's catching up to Fizzy, so it's not over yet. And Wycombs is just taking it easy here, and he's got a bit. Fukutaro's got to catch him. He's still gaining Fukutaro and Wycombs, so definitely want to keep an eye on there as well. And on board with the back of Slick's Mercedes, and still got Mathis there for company, so you've got to keep an eye on him as well. And nice to see battles all the way down the field as well, including top there. But the front of the field, still Ram holding on to Berg, and RBK slowly but surely coming for the top 2. Could be in for a banger here, lads.
Absolutely, as they come round into complete lap 24 with only 12 racing laps remaining. It's still enough time for something to happen, but again, we've seen mistakes happen already in this race. We've seen punctures already decide the fate of someone. So we will see. We will see what happens.
We will see, as Ram did a stellar job here defending from our world champion this season, and RBK's gap is now under 2 seconds. It's now 1.8 seconds, and you never know, we could see something drastic happen in these last 12 laps of this Grand Prix. But you got to say, for RBK, he's got to go full pelt here, because his tyres at the end of the race will be a little bit more worn than these guys ahead of him here. We know the hard is a very durable tyre, So for RBK to win this race, he's got to get past these guys quickly and then manage the tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Or maybe he's saving them while he's in clean air. We don't know what the strategy here for this one is, as Berg very close to that Red Bull now. It's getting very close between them, but it's just going to help RBK right now. And someone says, did Berg do a shoey? Unfortunately he didn't, but I did mention it to him in the forums this week. So he best be doing one tonight, otherwise I'm not going to be happy.
Still always shoeing.
The fans want to see Berg do a shoey, and yeah, I hope he does one, but I don't think he will, but it will be a real shame. But he's lost 3 attempts actually to ram drop in the last sector, so that's interesting, even with DRS, so surprising actually.
RBK within 1.5 seconds now.
Yeah. He might, RBK might be hoping for them to make contact, and maybe that's what he's waiting for, but at the same time gaining.
Could be.
Gap is 1.5, I must add. Just going to keep an eye on the field, and actually Fizzy is getting a lot of pressure on him from the Force India of Failure, and this, we don't know actually, if, we hope to see, if Berg disconnects, this is going to throw a spanner in the works for the constructors, because I think, even if Berg disconnects, I think Mercedes will still win by like at least a point or 2 points, if the field stays as it is, so...
Slick is still down in 9th, so he hasn't gained a lot either.
He hasn't gained anything, just a disappointment for Slick today after a great performance in the last couple of races for Berg's teammate, and he's getting a bit of pressure on him actually from Maffers, who's on the faster tyre on those mediums. But we're coming to the end now, we're into the last 9 laps.
Ram's in! Ram is in from the lead!
That's interesting, he's got to be going onto the soft tyres, surely. To the end. Maybe he saw Streeze's puncher and was thinking, now we're not going to make it to the
mediums.
end.
It's mediums he's getting on.
Maybe he's going for the... he's going to try and save these tyres. He's worried about the softs maybe getting a puncher at the end of the race. But that is music to RBK's ears unless he can hold on those mediums to the end of the Grand Prix. But this is just throwing another spanner in the works.
He went in on lap 19, RBK did, so...
And he comes out just ahead of Wycom's in 6th position.
This is going to be interesting, actually. So if you've got your popcorn, get your popcorn right now and watch this, because this is going to be very interesting. Fizzy's been overtaken, by the way, from Failure, so he drops to 5th. And this is going to be...
it's really surprising how many people attempting the 2-stop. I really didn't expect...
All bets are off.
RBK just had a big wiggle there out of 12 and 13.
Yes, DRS though, 8 tenths.
Would you stay to RBK pit now and trying soft tyres maybe?
Oh, he pitted on lap 19, so his tyres must feel still great.
Just get a nice shot here of the back of the Toro Rosso here, just to give us a little bit of an insight, and you'll see the DRS flap open right now for RBK. But Berg, surely, if he's going to try and hold on to these tyres, if he can't, then he's got to pit surely for softs. And
they all pitted on lap 12 already, didn't they?
So he was around there, yeah.
And that was from to the hards. And if Street's already got a puncture after 20 laps, these guys have to do more than that on these hard tyres till the end. So... I don't know, maybe Ram is right in this case, because everyone pitted way too early in my opinion as well. I would have pitted around lap 20 as well, like RBK on the hards, especially fresh ones. But yeah, we'll see.
Apparently I got a donation coming from Sebastian Vettel apparently, free, which I haven't actually put on, so whoever that was, thank you, I do appreciate it, but don't know why it popped up there, so I don't know who it is, but... Fenric Tar, thank you so much for your donation. £15, thank you. I don't know, I wasn't expecting that, but thank you.
Awesome. It's
Rando,
like your Christmas bonus at the end of the year. When you...
Yeah, good streaming. You come back to AOR, here's 15 quid for you.
Nice.
Like the
I've got to say though, Ram is now 17, he's now a pit stop now between the leaders, so that's interesting. If he's got clean air as well, so this is going to help him out here.
Oh, RBK side by side nearly with Berg.
Oh, if he pulls this off, that'll be a fantastic move, and the votes will be open shortly for the Driver of the Day vote. So I know Mr. Bread is going to be doing that again, so thank you, Mr. Bread, if he's going to do that. The link will be in the chat, guys, as soon as Bread's got it, made it available to the viewers. We'll see how it goes. And surely Berg has to know Stree's got a puncher, and he's got to have that on his mind right now. And also RBK as well may have that on his mindset as well. It's going to be interesting right now, intriguing to see how this will go. It's all about now for these guys tyre management. So we'll wait and see if anyone's going to make the jump. Nope, they're staying out. So with only 7 laps to go of season 13, we could be in for a classic here. We could see something. I don't know what's going to go on.
Oh, yeah, exactly as you called earlier. All bets are off. And again, RBK just gets crossed up on those center S's through 1 and 2. And that's where he's losing time. He's losing his prime opportunity to nail Berg along here. And then he just pulls him right back in again. But he just keeps getting that tail end out. So those rear tyres must be going off on that Toro Rosso.
Ramdrop's gained half a second on the leaders, I will add. He's now under 17 seconds. So if these guys pit, they will lose the lead. But of course, if I was them, I would pit these guys first and second. Just don't risk this strategy. What they're doing, put some softs on. They will only be about a couple of seconds behind, or maybe a second or 2 seconds behind Ram. And on the faster tyre, they can just pass him easily and battle for the win. But if they're going to try and hold these out, then fair play to them. But it's going to be very, very interesting. This goes as Berg nearly loses it out of the last corner. And it's going to be bringing RBK back into contention. But this is a cracking way to end season 13, guys. This is what we want to see right now between a champion and a potential world champion in the future of RBK. Right there, as onto lap 31, it's going to be very spicy these last 6 laps of the Grand Prix. All bets are off right now.
Absolutely, and you know, the sensible money would have been on Berg to win this one because of how he's performed through the season. But again, just this season has had this all the way through. Or vast majority of the time, we've had these kind of surprises and these kind of close battles all season long. It has been fantastic, and long may it continue into F1 2017.
Indeed, as we get a great overshot here of the middle sector, Berg holding on just slightly over RBK, and obviously you've got to think as well, Ramdrop may have just blown a chance here, but he had to take the gamble and was concerned about the tyre life of those, what tyres was he on? Was he on the hards?
He was on hard, yeah.
Wasn't it? So he was taken out. We may have a little word with him about that, but this is going to be very exciting. We've got a vote, by the way, that's going to be going. We've got 2 votes tonight. One is for driver of the season, and it opens to everyone, of course, who's been in the whole thing, as we'll just post that one in the chat right now. So the first vote is now in, and that is for driver of the season, and we're just going to try and get driver of the day, as Mr. Bread has not put it in the chat, unfortunately. So I have to do this myself, so if you want to take over quickly.
Taylor is also challenging Afro for the last podium spot here, so
good stuff.
We're just going to see Ram is 16 seconds. He's not gaining enough here, so he's just got to hope for punches. But he's got 3 cars ahead of him here. He's got Fizzy in P5. He's got Failer, and as well the McLaren of Afro, who's holding on to P3 for the time being, going up the hill then into the middle sector. They go, and that
is close. So we've got 2 battles of hard versus medium tyres. Afro and Berg represented the hard tyres in first and third, with RBK and Failer represented the medium tyres, and neither of the softer compounds are winning out at the moment, but they are putting on so much pressure. RBK a little bit too far back from Berg to challenge into turn 1 as we hit lap 33, 4 laps to go. Failer.
And the gap stayed the same at the front, 4/10 of a second. Sorry to cut you off there, Chris.
No, go, carry on.
No, I was just going to say half a second.
Oh, excuse me, I ended up joking there. And a move here from Failer on the outside of turn 1. That's going to be brave. But no, he gets a bit crossed up on the exit of the center S's. Can he? And Afro really going to the defensive line. Can he do something on the outside at turn 4? It's going to be brave. He's going to be bold. Oh, he's only just hanging onto the track.
A little bit of wheel banging between the 2 of them. Up the hill they go. They're going to be still going side by side, and he holds it off there, but he runs a little bit wide, the McLaren, and gives Failer a chance on the inside.
Oh!
Nearly contact.
Nice job.
Good job there from Afro to avoid collision there between the 2 drivers, and loses out unfortunately to P3, and Fader now in the podium positions, but this has brought Fizzy and Ramdrop into the mix then for that final podium position. And obviously you've got to say Ram's the favourite here at the minute on the fresh and medium tyres, but at the front, Berg and RBK still squabbling over the lead of the race. They've now got 3 laps to go in this race, and I don't know how Berg's tyres are lasting this long right now. And they've done 20 odd laps now, 21 laps. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he has definitely exceeded the tire duration that I personally can manage, Ryan. So
I imagine he's wondering how he's gone on so long, but he's locked in now. What's the gap between him and Ram? It's 15.8, so he would lose the lead if he pitted now. So he's got no choice. He's got to carry on with that decision. Ram is now nailed to the back of Fizzy, so Ram is stuck in this four-way battle here with Failer, Afro, Fizzy and himself. So he's got no choice. He's got to carry on as he is. RBK now beginning to fall off the back of Berg, so that alone will spur Berg on to, and they're actually catching back markers by the look of it. So that's is that Chicane? Yeah, Chicane. Yeah. So that's 13th place. The Toro Rosso Chicane, who's on soft tyres, interestingly. Who's just
someone's going to the pits.
Nooker. Yeah, it is indeed Nooker. So a torrid race for him.
Ultimate lap already, guys.
Indeed.
Let's get this scenario going right now. What if both drivers get punches right now and they have to pit, or they lose the lead, and then there's that squabble from P3 downwards? But what would the scenes be in the chat of that, having 4 drivers on the last lap going for the win? That would be a great sight to see. As RBK.
Oh, what a great run! Oh, bit of impact there. It looked like between RBK and Berg.
Maybe some team radio will be going off right there for RBK. We're going to watch him from the back then, but that was a great opportunity there for RBK to try and snatch it away from Berg. And we've not really mentioned penalties in this race, Marco. Have you got any updates on penalties?
Oh, Jesus.
How have we forgot about penalties this race?
We're with the 3 of us today.
Yeah, well, there's so much action going on that I haven't even thought about penalties. There's
Yeah, 3 seconds for Kalon, 3 seconds for Nuka. Streets had that drive-through, that's why he probably quit.
Well, 2 of them are out.
3 seconds for Nick, and that's it, all the warnings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nothing worth mentioning.
Wow, okay, here we go then. Last lap of the Grand Prix, last lap of season 13. Are we going to see a race winner in RBK tonight? Or is Berg, the champion, going to hold him off and sign off the season with a victory? And that's what he wants as well. And he's got some traffic up ahead, actually. I don't know who it is.
That's Chicane. That's Chicane ahead of him.
Could we see a little, maybe cheeky teammate battery rivalry going on here? Maybe some multi-team orders going on here. Maybe you could see it. You never know. Chicane may hold up Berg here to help out his teammate. We'll wait and see as we go through the middle sector here. Berg doing a good job there. And he's got a Sauber ahead of him as well. Obviously, it's going to be ghosted. So of Chris, and look how much RBK's gaining on him in this middle sector. Chicane's on the soft tyre as well on my screen. I don't know if it's on the mediums.
Same.
And a ghost car in between. That's nice.
Yeah.
Chris, for the final time, take us through the last couple of corners.
So Berg then hanging on to the lead then as he's actually inside my own car. He's gone wide though. Can RBK capitalise on it? No, RBK is too far back. Berg is likely just to take this over the line to take the win. Yeah, he's probably not going to be doing that celebration. He doesn't for the final time in this season. Your race winner here in Brazil is Berg von Trips in the Mercedes, very closely followed by second place RBK. Failer then is going to come across the line to take that 3rd position just in the Force India from Afro in the McLaren for 4th.
Good job from Failer.
Yeah, he got his podium. Failer 3, P3.
Nicely done. Fizzy got Fizzy 5th, Ramdrop 6th, and I actually missed who was 7th. We've got Wycombs.
Yeah. Disappointing him tonight, and we can confirm Mercedes are the Constructors' Champions for Season 13. Still a job from Berg von Trips and Slick tonight, and Slick comes home in 10th place to get just past the line there by Mathis. And the votes have closed, by the way, for Driver of the Season. And
as Nicky's just thrown it in the wall. I just jumped to Nicky in 11th. He got all crossed up just for the last corners. And he ended up going slightly at 45 degrees into the barriers, lost his front wing, but is going to crawl over the line nonetheless. Chicane in 12th. He's literally crawling. Oh, he's got a puncture, front right puncture on chicane, so those soft tyres were no good. And he's actually the last car running. He's actually got my Ghost right behind him, almost pushing him. That's an interesting sentence, a Ghost pushing somebody else up the hill then. So chicane with a wobbly front right is going to come across the line, the last of the runners.
Here it comes then, yellow flags are out for him, and chicane gets the final glory here of F1 2016 for AOR. He's the last man across the line, and that is going to wrap it up right there. So Chris, take us through the field for the final time on F1 2016.
Last time for F1 2016 and for season 13 of F1 racing here at AOR. So Berg is your winner, RBK second, Failer third, Afro fourth, Fizzy 5, Ramdrop 6th, Wycombe 7, Fugatara 8, Maffers 9, Slick rounding out the points positions, Endicki 11, Chicane 12, Nooker 13, and that is the rest are non-finishers, myself, Strees, Kalon, Marco, and of course Ryan. And that rounds out the grand finale of season 13.
Well, lads, there's no driver of the day vote, but there is driver of the season. I'm going to reveal that in a moment, but driver of the day?
Driver of the day is Fader because he got this podium.
Yeah, fair play. I'm gonna hand it to Berg because making those hard tyres last that long. Yeah, I handed it to our world champion.
I'm torn between two drivers. RBK started 10th, got second.
Fair play.
And also Fader as well, you know, with P3. So I'm going to go for RBK for driver of the day. This job, and he's been a great driver this season. One upcoming star of AOR. And also, I think the big bustle job of the race has to be around, but he had to play the strategy, hasn't he? he had to do the two-stop, worrying about the tyres there. But we're going to go to the interviews right now. So, have you got anyone you want to talk to tonight, chaps?
Failure, obviously, because it's the first podium.
Yeah, Chris, do you want to bring Failure in?
I will go and grab Failure if I can.
Yeah, great finale. What drama happened in there? I mean, you couldn't script it.
Failure, you got your podium, good sir.
Hey, yeah, I have.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you so much. I'm the happiest man in the world right now.
Yeah, I bet. So, what was the kind of strategy plan going into this race?
Well, I knew that a one-stop was possible. I saw RBK doing that, and from other several league races earlier in the year, I knew one-stop is possible and probably the best strategy. But I know that I'm not, the kindest person for the tires, I'm quite wasting my tires most of the time. And same for Brazil. But then we had the rain in qualifying, so that meant definitely fresh tires for the start of the race. So, okay, I want this podium so desperately now. I have to go for it. So I have to risk the puncture, and I really did. I was like, I think my hard tires were at 80% when I pitted.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw Strees in front of me having a puncture, and I continued for one more lap because I knew I had to do that because the medium tires won't last so long on my car. So I was really afraid that I get a puncture as well. Whew, but I didn't, and it paid off. Great
job. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Fader, for me, how's the season gone for you in terms of your expectations going to this one? And obviously, are you going to be coming back next season on F1 2017, and what your goal is going to be for that one?
Well, to start, my expectations weren't really high because I knew this is probably one of the best leagues of the world in Codemasters games. Maybe it is the best. I think Berg said that so in the past. So I was really happy to get in Split 1 actually, because I was not planning to get there. I thought maybe it's Split 2, and then Fizzy put me in Split 1 because of my time trial times, and okay, that was quite surprising. And then the aim was to get points pretty, how to say, recently in the season, maybe 2 out of 3 races in the points would have been pretty good. And that's actually how the season started, and then I improved on my pace a bit, and 2 4th places in Hungary and Germany, I think. And then I thought, okay, maybe we can finish at a podium at some time. Yeah, but it didn't happen until today. I will definitely come back for F1 2017. I'm really hyped for this game. I played the beta and I'm really impressed. I'm looking forward to play that. And yeah, I'm not sure about my goals for next season because it will be pretty tough to get into Split 1 again, because we have so many great drivers around here. Some coming up from Split 2, maybe King-Kodiak coming back from his break. I don't know. And we have to see what the pace is, what my pace is compared to the others, and yeah, so I can't say much about that now.
Well, Fela, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch you, and obviously you did a great job last week. I think it was pole in the United States, so you did a good job there, getting your first pole there. So
it actually wasn't pole; it was P2. By
P2. Well, we'll say it's pole. We'll say it's pole for you.
Honorary pole for you.
But great podium for you today. Great job this season, and we will see you hopefully in Split 1 next season for there. So well done, Fela, tonight, and stellar job, mate.
Thank you so much. And by the way, great job on commentating. Now I have the chance to say to you personally, really good job, guys. It's really fun to watch it. I'm already looking forward to tomorrow, because I always watch the races on the next Monday when I get breakfast. So.
Oh, stop!
It was really
Nice,
fun. No, I'm
thanks,
serious.
dude.
I'm serious. It's really cool to have that. And yeah, thank you so much. And I hope I hear you again in next season. So thank you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might race or we might talk. It's either that. One or
You will never know. Fela, great job, mate, and we'll see you next season.
Yeah, enjoy it, Fela.
Bye.
Right, I want to bring in Physicris squad. I think
Do it.
for this one, I'm bringing Ycoms down.
I'll grab Fizzy.
Hello, Ycoms. Great to see you back after your 2-week holiday. And also we've got your other half of the Physicris squad here. Fizzy, hello to you both.
Oh dear, hello.
You always sound so happy, Fizz.
Fizzy's always happy to come into the commentary booth tonight. You know, he's always happy to be here.
This is Fizzy's happy voice.
I am very happy right now.
We.
First and foremost for you, Fizzy, a good job from you tonight. Top 5 finish. Obviously, your teammate had some issues, which we saw on the broadcast. But for you, how did your race go tonight?
Yeah, mixed emotions really, because of exactly what you said. I think my race went pretty well. Well, apart from the start, I kind of got mugged off by Fugitaro into the first corner, because he got a slightly better launch than me. And then I kind of, going into turn 4, I still had the sort of wet weather breaking points in my head, so I braked a bit early, and RBK just slipped off the inside as well. So I was down a couple of positions, but yeah, I feel like throughout the race I drove pretty consistently. Had a chance to pass Afra at some point, didn't work out. And then he was slightly quicker than in the hards, even though he got back to me at the end because he was battling with failure. But yeah, couldn't make it work. The only good thing, at least, was that I managed to keep Ram behind him, even though he was on much fresher mediums at the end. So to stay in the top 10. But yeah, even though I'm relatively happy with my race. Kind of also a bit disappointed because of the team result didn't get us the championship that we wanted.
But you can take away. You're both, in my opinion, probably the best 2 drivers for a team out of the whole field. You both did stellar jobs throughout the whole season. I'm not sure if Ycoms is here.
I am.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Ycoms. Obviously, a bit of disappointment from you tonight. Obviously, with the contact you made with the Haas racing incident, would you say?
Well, if it looks like from my screen, then Fugitaro definitely squeezed me unnecessarily. But I assume, since it's F1 2016, that he left enough room. So yeah. But apart from that, it is obviously nice to have 50% of all league races on this game in the rain. That's brilliant as well. And to have no slipstream for 5 races in a row is also brilliant.
Whee!
And well, yeah. I guess from there on, I was like, yeah, this race is not going well. And then obviously I was good enough to get damage as well, which basically was the end after that. It could have still been, I don't know, 4th or something, or 3rd, I don't know. Because I think it was ahead of at some point. I think it was. And then, yeah, obviously the contact wasn't too ideal. But yeah, I mean, can't really blame myself too much, I guess. Yeah.
Did you have a big lag moment after your first pit stop? Because we saw you coming down the pit lane. You were actually coming down the exit road, and then suddenly on my screen you just leapt straight back up into the pit lane exit. So what happened there?
And yours hit the wall as well.
That is definitely a spectator glitch because I had to change my front wing. Normally I shouldn't go out of the pits normally, so that was definitely a spectator glitch.
Gotcha. Because none of us saw your front wing being changed. We saw you take tyres on, leg it, and then leg it again.
Resyncing.
Well, I can let you know, Wycoms, the viewers have voted you the driver of the season, by the way, with 36% of the votes. It was very close, with yourself and Berg. So we can take that away with you, that the viewers have voted you driver of the season. So good job for you in your first season on PC from moving over from Xbox.
Well, it's not his first season on PC.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stellar job to be a championship contender. To come runner-up is a stellar job in your first season. Obviously, big question for you. You're going to come back next season, and are you going to be mounting a challenge for the championship?
Well, it depends on which platform we will actually do. We will definitely stay together as a team, but it's not decided yet whether we will do Xbox or PC. I think it will depend a lot on the grids, so which people will sign up. So we'll definitely, sit back a little bit and enjoy how many or which people will sign up, and then we will do a decision.
Fizzy, same question to you.
Yeah, well, I'll just do whatever Chris does, so easy.
I would like to see Chris challenge Tigger, for instance, next year.
Yes. That's what we want to see.
That'd be interesting.
That is some motivation for you right there. You versus Tigger would be a class.
Yeah, he is the ultimate challenge, I can tell you from personal experience.
Just want to say, from our champion, I know you've seen this Wycoms in the chat because you messaged it, but Berg goes, Wycoms got my vote, his voice is so sexy I can't help myself. So, obviously, to you both, a stellar job this season, probably the best team, in my opinion, in terms of drivability and just the banter with the Fizz Quiz squad as well. Great little initiative you did there. It's been a pleasure to watch you both race this season, and we'll love to see you back again as a team next season. Not in the manner, of course, because we don't see that anymore.
No, we want to see you in two pink cars. I would like to see it, right?
We would even have it hashtag for that prepared if we get.
What, hashtag pink power?
No, it's actually quite of an insider,
We'll get back to that if it comes.
Be interesting to see. But it's going to be a pink car then.
If car selection allows.
Some exclusive here, lads, for season 14.
Better get sweating on those TT laps so you get first pick. So.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to you guys as well for the streams throughout the season, because it's been a good addition to the league. And a chance to the viewers, so it's good to have people, interested in how we get on in the league. And also chance to the drivers, because even though we had a few actually uninformed no-shows today, which was a little bit of a downer, but throughout the season in general, the grids have been very, very big, I guess you could say, compared to a lot of previous seasons throughout the whole 15 races. So I think, kudos to the drivers as well for turning up regularly, and it's been a fun
I think
season
this was
overall.
one of the more popular games because there's never been an attendance under 10 people, which was like normal for other games late in the cycle.
Yeah, and hopefully 17 will keep it like that, and even bring some people back who might have been put off by 16 eventually. So that the grid will be even more competitive, and like Chris says, kind of will depend on whether we'll be here again or on Xbox. Who will sign up and potentially return and so forth. So, well, either way, at least I'm kind of glad we're done with this game and looking forward to the next one.
Well, Wycoms, Fizzy, absolute pleasure to watch you guys race this season. We wish you the best of luck for next season. If we're on the track or not, that's another question. We never know. But appreciate you guys, especially you, Fizzy, for putting all this together this season. As always, you've just been an absolute ledge, and Wycoms as well for being a ledge, for giving us a great championship as well. So great to see you both, and we'll see you guys next season. Well done, guys.
All right, cheers, guys. See you on F1 2017.
Bye.
See you on the other side.
Right, gents, it has been a pleasure. We're going to wrap it up now. First and foremost, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has watched the broadcasts for all 15 races on the channel. It's absolutely epic, apart from Bahrain when I was away. It's been a pleasure to commentate this one. First time experience for me to do this, and great to be part with you, Chris, as well, for most of the races, apart from the last couple, obviously with your personal reasons, of course. So from behalf of myself and my fans, my subscribers, thank you so much for being a part of this, mate. With me, an absolute honour and privilege to be with Mr. AOR of commentary. So thank you.
Well, I mean, what can I say? That's a very humbling statement, and it has been a great pleasure. Yeah, I'm rather lost for words on that one, but yeah, my Twitch fans have enjoyed your input. The insight you've given has been absolutely second, and you as well, Marco. It's been great to have so many different points of view, and yeah, we gel together as a three after really only a couple of rounds. So yeah, it's worked very, very well, and it's been a great pleasure to work with you both.
I agree. Thanks, you guys, and yeah, either we race together or we commentate together. I'm sure it's going to be fun.
It will be good. It will be good no matter which way it goes. I look forward to it.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. I'm confirming right now in the chat that this is going to be my last broadcast, because I'm going to confirm right now on this broadcast that I'm going to be returning on F1 2017 for season 14.
Top job.
I'm coming back after 1 year, 1 season absence. I just love 2017. Played the beta. It's got me more motivated than ever. Not going to win the championship, but my priority is to. I don't know what split I'll be in, but I just want to get back into league racing, and a lot of my fans wanted me to do it. So I'm gonna respect their wishes, and I want to have a go at it again and race with the big boys again. So I'm confirming to you guys right now, I'm returning next season. So this is the last broadcast you will see from me, but I will still be streaming the races, so you can say that right now.
Whilst we're on that particular topic, as you've announced that you will be returning to the driver's seat, assuming that AOR will have a space for me for PC Split 1, I will return for F1 2017 in the commentary box. I've decided, mainly because you decided to go that way. No, not at all. It was something I was considering anyway. So herein lies confirmation. I will be commentating for F1 2017, should there be space. But, of course, those sort of details have not been finalised yet. But I will be making my intentions known. And, of course, both of you gentlemen, there is room in this commentary box should you choose to do so as the season progresses.
No, that's good to know, Chris.
But we're going to wrap it up now. But before we go, guys, driver of the season. Obviously, the viewers voted Wycombs, but we may as well do it for one last time as we're all together. Who's your driver of the season?
I'll just go with what the public said, because Wycombs is truly has improved since he did his season on Xbox and came back. He has definitely stepped up his game for sure, and his simulation racing experience has also helped a great bit to add to that as well. So he's one of the most well-rounded racers on the grid as we speak. So it's him.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm in agreement, actually. I was ubbing between Wycombs and Berg, but I'm actually going to go with Wycombs. You've got to think that Wycombs didn't start this season in Australia like everybody did. He came in slightly later, and he hit the ground running, and he has been such a consistent top scorer. He's missed a few races, which ruled him out of the championship fight, but yeah, you never saw Wycombs, midfield or worse on a regular basis. You always saw him at the top, challenging for those, challenging for pole, challenging for the podiums, challenging for those wins. So, and despite the fact that, not taking anything away from any of our drivers, but Wycombs, just the fact that he had less races and stayed at that top level, he gets my vote as well.
I will say, yes, Wycombs, but I'm going to go Berg. He's just been dominant this season, and he's kept it from the first race. We had an absolute incredible first race in Australia with him and Nick B, and he's just been consistently in that top flight, winning races and maintaining the pace, and he's clinched it with a race to spare. He's a true double world champion, and he gets my vote for driver of the season, and obviously the viewers vote for him. So, Wycombe's overall, in the commentary perspective, he is the driver of the season. So, that will wrap things up then for season 13, and the last time you'll see a broadcast on the channel. But if Chris is alright with this, I will upload, if he's happy with this, the race broadcast on the channel, as well as obviously on his Twitch as well, so you guys can watch it back as well if you want as well. So we'll have a little chat about it, but that's what I would like to do, because it will help Chris out with his Twitch channel, and people can go and follow the broadcast over there.
Be my guest, good sir, be my guest.
So there you go then. So for the final time for me, it's been a pleasure, guys, and thank you so much for coming out as always. And you'll see me in the cockpit next season, and Chris will be back commentating again with a new commentary team. Marco potentially maybe back. I don't know. He's keeping it quiet. I like how he's being quiet right now. So
Yeah, I'll keep it a surprise since you both spilled the beans already. Okay.
So for me, thank you guys for watching this, and make sure you like the video and you subscribe as well if you want to see more AOR coverage over the next couple of seasons. But for myself, it's been a pleasure as always. Marco, absolute legend as always. So
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Ryan, and well, Chris, thanks for joining us tonight. Yes, this couldn't be a finale if you weren't here, in my opinion.
Very, very kind of you, good sir. I was glad that I was able to come back for the finale, because, wow, what a finale it was. Thank you, gentlemen, for being in the commentary box with me for most of the season. It has been a pleasure.
one thing before we go, Marco, do you want to do the final the season for everyone in the chat? So
I don't know.
there you go. So from Chris,
good night from me.
Marco.
Yeah, take care, everyone. See you next time on the next game.
And from myself, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in season 14 in Australia. Until then, have a great night, guys, and we'll see you very soon.
Good
Take
night.
care, guys.
Peace.